Hey guys, this is the Desert Cardinal coming to you from the desert southwest. Yesterday we talked about uh, the process of developing a crisis plan. I want to wrap that up really quick and then talk to you about something really important. Um, so yesterday we said, you know, write down, how you feel when things are going okay. Okay, and then write down some signs or symptoms that you may have um, that would lead you to get your support system uh, in place to call you or to take you out or to do whatever you need to do or whatever you need your support system to do, whether it's making a phone call, texting, or whatever it is. You want to know that, hey, when I start feeling this way, it's they're warning signs to a possible relapse. And that's what we're trying to avoid um, with medication, with our support system, with a crisis plan, with coping skills. Um, Everything that we're learning about ourselves in our mental health journey is to keep us from becoming hospitalized, and to keep us from getting to that point. And so, whatever your treatment is, whether it's medication or it's marijuana or a combination of both, or um, like vitamins and herbal supplements and nutrition, whatever your treatment is, that's um, that's for you to decide, and nobody can really make that decision for you. That's something that you have to decide yourself. That's something I had to decide myself. You know, I don't know if it's possible, but a long-term goal that I have is to be able to, you know, at least cut down on my medicine, if not altogether not having to take it. But right now, that would be insane. So anyhow, back to the plan. So we had the first thing, you know, you know, what is a good day for you? We'll say that. Then the next one is, what are some warning signs um, that come up that are your warning signs, your symptoms, where you know that you need to get your support system in gear. And then, of course, the next thing is that you write down the names and phone numbers of your support system and exactly what you want from them. Like, Joe Smith. I want Joe to call me on the phone every 20 minutes to make sure I'm okay if I'm alone. Whatever. And have that there. And then, of course, you got to give Joe a copy of the plan so he knows what to do. Um, and then uh, I briefly touched on this yesterday, and there's not much really to add to it. But the next thing is your list of medications, and then whatever treatment you're having, um, whether it's um, uh, your therapy, um, um, all of it together. Uh, your medications. You always want to. I have an app on my phone. Let's see. I don't know if I can show it to you or not, but this app. Oh, don't know if you can see it or not. But anyway, this app um, has all of my phone numbers, all of my medications, and um, and any allergies I may have, and all that kind of stuff. And it's real handy just going to the doctor because every time you go to the doctor, they're like, "Okay, what medications are you on?" Blah 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 blah. And if you're on a lot like I am, then having that really helps. Um, the other thing is to um, if that you need to be sure that you include in the crisis plan is your preference of hospital, and you can word it any way you want. You could say any hospital other than this hospital, because last time I was there, you know, they refused to treat my anxiety or whatever it is, whatever the reason. Or you can say I prefer to go to this hospital, and another good thing too, if you're a lady and you carry a purse around, put like in your wallet next to your driver's license, um, your diagnoses and the medicine you're on. So that way, if you were ever in an accident and you needed surgery, the doctors will know right away, what medications you're on, because some medications affect us, um, in those kinds of circumstances. So, if you're a man, keep it in your wallet. If you're a woman and you carry a purse, keep it in your purse in wherever you keep your identification cards at. Um, and and um, and in some ways it's an academic exercise, you guys. And I was thinking about it earlier. I was thinking, like of all the crises I've been in, and we've had plans and that sort of thing, but you know, that's not like the first thing you do, you know, when somebody's flipping out. You don't. Oh, excuse me, I need to go check the crisis plan. So I walk to the refrigerator. I look at the crisis plan. Oh, okay. A, it says this. B, you don't do that. Nobody does that. The whole point of doing the crisis plan is to make us aware of options that we have when we're in those situations. Because you know what? When you're in a crisis and you're in a manic episode and you are having delusional thoughts and you completely believe them, and nothing anybody says can change your mind. Um, like I said, the last thing, your caretaker or whoever, spouse or your mother or father, whatever, the last thing they're going to, so excuse me, just put that on hold. Let me go check this over here. No, it's not going to happen that way. But, if you guys sit down, if you're a family or if you're married or if you're single and you have a couple of really good friends or some family members, you know, if you guys sit down together and talk about, hey, what happens in a crisis, and you come up with a plan, and it doesn't have to follow the same thing that my plan does. You can do it however you want. But the important thing is for you to recognize, who the people are in your support system, who can you really count on, and what do you want from them? What do you want them to do? If you're in a crisis, and then um, and do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want to, whatever it is, put that in your plan. And just the idea of your support system gathering together to work on a plan for you is really what it's all about. Because I said, like, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to drop everything in the middle of a crisis and go running to check to make sure you're following A, B, C, and D. I mean, life doesn't work like that. It's like uh, graphing parabolas in algebra. Okay, I know how to graph a parabola, in algebra, but you tell me, I've lived for 49 years, and the fact that I know how to graph a parabola um, absolutely makes no difference in my life whatsoever. Um, and I'm not saying, don't do a crisis plan, but um, it's helpful. My older son is in algebra. When I was in algebra and I learned how to graph parabolas, and we started going from there, everything just clicked into place, and I just all of a sudden fell in love with algebra and thought it was the best thing in the world. And so now my older son, he's doing algebra, and because I learned that, I can help him. But as far as graphing a parabola, I don't need to know that to go to the store and buy a can of Coke, or you know order a pizza or whatever. I don't need to know that. And so forgive me if I've come off during these videos as like, well, this is the step A, B, C, and D, and if you follow each step in order, then everything is going to be okay. Now, no, that's not my heart. Um, and you guys know that that's the way life works. We can plan and plan and plan, but when it gets down to it, you know, we all have different reactions in different situations. And that's the point of this YouTube channel, um, and other YouTube channels, um, and Facebook groups. Um, I don't know what I would do without my Facebook group. There's one group I'm in that's really, really special to me. And there's another group that I kind of get involved in, and um, but the one group I'm in is a real small group, and so we all get to know each other in there really, really. Um, but uh, and there's some other groups I'm in too, that help as well. Because I know there's some people that may be watching this. I'm thinking, oh God, they're gonna think, oh, you don't like my group or something. It's like, no, no, it's not that. Um, but I mean, those Facebook groups, when I first discovered them, I felt like a kid in a candy store, because it was like, oh my God, there's all these people you know, that know what it's like, that know what I'm going through, that understand, that have been there. And man, that is like better than any therapist, better than any psychiatrist, better than any medication, better than the most love you could ever have from a family member. Having somebody that has gone through it and understands exactly how you feel, that is priceless. And there's not a thing in the world that I wouldn't trade for that. And I'm so grateful. People rag on social media and stuff. Oh, Facebook is so dumb. Blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I know I would be willing to say that I know at least maybe 100 to 150 people, um, that are involved in different groups that I'm involved in, that would be in a really bad way if it wasn't for those Facebook groups. And man, I highly encourage you to look them up. And if you need to know, names of different groups and stuff, I can help you. Just email me at desert rainbow 66 at gmail.com. Desert rainbow 66 at gmail.com. I'm still in the process of working on a blog, and the I think the website name will be www.desertcardinalmh.org. It'll be Desert Cardinal MH, and the MH is mental health. So it'll be Desert Cardinal Mental Health MH, desertcardinalmh.org. So, uh, yeah, so we covered kind of a lot of different things, but we can put the crisis plan to rest and move on to something else. If you guys have some ideas of some things you'd like me to talk about, go for it. Let me know, and whatever I can do. And may we all be at peace with ourselves and at peace with others. Peace.